early in the morning. An hour later, she did a stress test. She said the stress test came back okay. Now she's running water control and cardiac rehab. 3 days a week or something.
What are you getting?
She just got to figure out how to do it.
Oh,
With her work. Yes, good.
For free home inspection.
Here, I have blank cards. Y'all can write your names on them.
I don't have a home.
Is it a free home inspection?
Yeah.
Is it a free home inspection?
No. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
How are you doing? So if you are in the office this morning, apparently you can win a trip to the Bahamas.
And Karen got fired today.
Welcome everyone, team meeting on the 25th of May. Maximize the moment. Tell us something good. What's happening in your lives? Hello, our Zoomers. Hello to all the Zoomers out there. It's Memorial Day week. I believe everything is a little bit slower this time of year.
Seems like it.
Shall I talk slower as well? Or tell us something good. Maximize the moment. What's happening?
I'm going to the beach.
Got a call last week on Thursday or Wednesday, and had a listing appointment Thursday. Went against like the top agent in the Palisades neighborhood, and previous client got the listing. Pictures today. It's going on the market Thursday, 750 Alpharetta near North Point. Awesome.
Love that.
Nice.
Awesome.
Go Billy, go Billy.
RJ.
So I think now it's up to 10 offers on a cute little condo in Peachtree Corners. And this very good agent actually followed up. I was shocked at how many agents did not call about their offer. They just sent it over, no text, no phone call, or they'd say, oh, tell me, we really want it. And like, you're not doing anything to try to get this property. So this really good agent kept bugging me and asking questions. And so Kevin Probst and Faith are gonna get this little condo.
So what's the bottom line? You don't call,
Communicate.
you don't write, you have to stay connected, right?
You have to talk.
Yes.
Talking is required to win the deal.
And it's like almost, once you're in, if you win the deal, talking just for negotiation purposes, I mean, that's like the #1 rule of negotiating is know as much as you can. Again,
Information
about
is
the other
power.
party.
Yeah.
No brainer.
Information is power. Awesome. Who else? Except for the Bahamas trip, who else?
Well, it's nothing new, but just to piggyback on communication, I'm brand spanking new.
She's our newest agent. Everyone, welcome
Wow.
Althea.
Welcome, Althea.
What's your name?
Althea.
Althea, welcome.
And I was on my way to do my paperwork here and got the potential for a listing. And the homeowner said, I have the agent that I called hasn't called me back in 2 weeks for a listing. 3 weeks, I'm sorry, 3 weeks for a listing.
For a
He said,
listing.
For a listing.
Wow.
$425.
That agent.
Oh my God.
It could have closed already.
Exactly.
And
Yeah. 3
he's
weeks,
living on
it
his
would
boat.
be done and closed.
He's living on his boat. He's like, I just need to get the stuff out of here. Tell me how soon I can leave.
Wow. And you are the realtor of choice.
Well, so far.
Awesome. What a way to start. Congratulations. Right. Then next, we are celebrating Sandra Stewart's daughter, who graduated from Dunwoody High School and is going to Florida State. Congratulations, Sandra and your daughter. Linda Baroni's daughter graduated from Kennesaw State University. Congratulations to her. And then our very own Jessica Schulte, who received a master's degree of business at the University of Georgia. Congratulations, Jessica.
Good job.
That is just awesome. And then upcoming birthdays, May babies and fellow Geminis. David, Lisa, Eddie, Leta, Elizabeth, and Eliana. Congratulations. May it be a blessed year, an abundantly blessed year to all of you. And then remember, the office will be closed on the 31st of May in observance of Memorial Day. We commemorate the men and the women who paid the ultimate sacrifice that you can pay during their military service. So that's it. And once again, thank you to all our veterans who have made the ultimate sacrifice.
So you can get in the office with your key fob, but staff won't be here on Monday.
On Monday, right. May.
Wait, I thought it was the whole week.
Listings for May, folks. Oh, we had such a great April. Thanks for that listing coming up. I love it, Bill. We are currently at 48. We have less than a week left. We need to break 75. We need to break 75. So go out there, build the market share, and then Althea, get that listing. Get that listing.
I gave him the contract.
Awesome. Let's make it happen. Highest leverage. Then Keller, we are celebrating Faith Brown. Congratulations. 100% commission. It's almost like receiving a raise every time. Every year you receive a raise. You get promoted and you receive a raise, right? Certainty Home Loans. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you doing? You are up, indeed. Matt and Paul? I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing good.
Good. Hello, Paul.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Step forward a little bit. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
And then, but
And
then
the-
face up here and talk
No.
like this.
No, the camera is there, the microphone is above you, so just
Okay.
project.
All right. Morning, everybody. Matt Lipp, Certainty Home Loans. Paul Bryan, Certainty Home Loans.
Morning.
I just had a quick tip today. So we all know how stressful and hard it is to find inventory right now. Recently, I've had a couple of referral partners from this office take advantage of our renovation loans. So if you've got somebody who is qualified for 400 and you're not finding anything, maybe kind of rethink your train of thought and have a discussion with them. Like, look, maybe let's look in the low 300s at something that might need some extra work to get updated, and talk to Matt or Paul about this renovation loan that can really, you can move into that dream home that you're looking for. And it's been a great success and has gotten people into homes that otherwise they'd still be out looking right now. So,
And he's got a great list of contractors, not just 2 or 3, it's like
7 or 8
or more.
Yeah.
And the ones I called were fast. I'm like, aren't you
Wow,
busy?
that's-
It's like, I'm like, aren't you real
I think that's
busy?
what
They said,
everybody's
yeah, but this,
fear
my
is.
job is to come out and do estimates, my teams do the renovations, so.
So the best renovation program that we have is it's cosmetics only. So if it's a house that hasn't been updated since World War II, needs a new kitchen, new bath, new paint, carpet, hardwoods, you can do up to 15% of the purchase price rolled in. There is no increase in interest rate and no additional fees. Okay?
That is just sweet.
What's
That is
the-
just
What's
sweet.
the catch, Matt?
I
There
know.
is no catch.
My daughter's,
Thanks.
my daughter won a bid on a house because of this.
Mm.
Nobody wants the house. I mean, the stove looked like something out of the Flintstones, so.
So yeah, if you're unfamiliar with it, one of those products, just feel free to grab me or Paul. We're well versed. We do quite a few of them. So hopefully it's just another arrow in your quiver to hopefully win a deal for one of your buyers.
What are you guys teaching on Thursday?
I think we're going to do mortgage 102. So that's just for more what we call advanced problem solving. So if you had a low appraisal come in, you've got credit challenge customers. And my favorite part about doing 102 is hearing y'all's horror stories. And if there's any ways that the deals could have been saved, or maybe you've got one going sideways right now. We love thinking outside the box and problem solving. So that's the fun part.
I have a question.
Sure.
Agents ask me all the time about what they need to know about forbearance coming to an end, and because we're at Marco's direction, we're all looking for listings, and if a seller was in forbearance, is there just like one blanket rule that everybody has to go by before they can resell, or does every lender handle it differently?
I would think that would go back to whoever's holding the note right now. What are their requirements? But I mean,
Okay, so it
I
can
think
vary.
I think as long as they're made whole, then they don't really care. They just want their money.
Okay,
And there's a lot of falsehoods out there regarding, everybody goes, oh, when September hits, these people are gonna owe $25,000 in payments, or they're gonna be foreclosed on. No, that's not true. And I hear people saying it all the time.
right. I mean, there
And they
is
think
lots
the
of-
world's gonna end on September because of this. They're not
And
doing that.
Talking about forbearance, I read something interesting this morning. The number of the number of homeowners that are in forbearance is down to like 4.19% right now. So I think it was up to like 9 or 10%, I think, when it was in the thick of it. So it seems like people are getting out from underneath.
Cool.
And the other thing is, I think the buyers have wishful thinking that there are gonna be these foreclosures more, and they're not upside down.
No, they're not. They're just
They're
added.
not upside down, so they
They
can
still
sell
have
their
a third,
house.
if they had 28 years left on their mortgage, at the end of this, they still have 28 years left on their mortgage.
Right.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Might be some fees added, but what we do.
So question on forbearance, how are the,
That's what I'm saying, they don't.
I guess, owners of the home getting out of forbearance besides paying cash? Are they renegotiating the loan with the lender? Are
It
they?
just says, I'm ready to make my mortgage payment.
Okay.
Sometimes they're just kicking the can down the road. They just
All
have-
that
they-
interest and all those, there's no principal been applied, and all the interest is getting kicked to the end.
So, but it's still being added to the loan.
Right, well, they would have had to pay it anyway.
Yes, that's my point, is how they're getting out. So kind of renegotiating or,
They
you
just,
know,
they're kicking the can down the road, they're
So
adding
they're
on the back end.
extending the
Got it,
term.
Exactly.
Cool. Thank y'all.
Like,
Appreciate it. Have a good week. Yannick, good morning, Renee Dillon. You must be on Zoom. I don't see you inside the training room this morning. Hello, hello. Are you there?
Maybe Paul? Not sure that we have Yannick on today.
Okay, well, in the meantime, let's go over to Karen Denny of the Residential Inspector of America, RIA. And I don't know, is Bahamas
It's all
totally
right,
off the table?
What did you say, Bahamas?
Yes, is it totally off the table now?
Is it
Should
off?
we not talk about that anymore?
No more Bahamas. I want to keep my job a little bit longer. I have a
Rhea.
very expensive 10-year-old little girl who wanted a Louis Vuitton book bag for 4th grade.
Okay, did you make that happen?
No, I laughed.
Okay,
I laughed very hard at her. Like, oh. Then my husband came in and laughed a little bit more. Hello, everybody. I am Karen Denny, Residential Inspector of America, and I'm so excited to be back in public because my family thinks I walk around with an apron and like a dust ruffle thing all day to dust stuff. They don't understand that I do work. But it's wonderful to be back, and I know you guys are going through it with the market. I know in coming, I recently heard of a house going for 200 over asking. I live in a very nice neighborhood, so if you want to sell my home for 200 over asking, we're getting out. You can have the furniture, I'll even give you the pets. Anything you want. But anyway, speaking of that, in these hard times where I know you all have 5-day due diligences, I am here for you. I am also an agent, not a great one, so I do this. But I do understand what you go through, and I mean, even the best of the best out there with these 5-day due diligences, my heart goes out to you. I mean, it's got to be a pressure cooker. So with that being said, today I wanted to go over a couple of things that we offer you that might be able to help, some tools for you out there. This is some good stuff. All right, so one of my favorite books is The Buyer's and Seller's Guide to the Home Inspection. This is a fantastic book, very informative, and it helps you set that expectation, no matter if you're working with a seller doing a pre-listing inspection or the buyer. Your card goes here. I don't know if you can see this little guy here. You put your card here, and it takes some of that off of you because right now I think there's enough on you. And then they know what to expect from this. There's no craziness, because the last thing you need is them complaining about a doorknob and you know, the whole due diligence thing when you're negotiating. And that's kind of where this comes in. This is the quick guide to common home issues. This helps them understand what's a big deal, what's not. Maybe, you know, a loose joint on a deck on the bottom of it where, you know, that's holding the structure, that's a problem. The doorknob is not. But, you know, they're emotional and they probably don't know. I mean, I didn't. And I still get emotional when it comes to buying and selling our homes. It's my money and it's just what it is. You're gonna be there to make memories. So this is a great tool for you to hand out to really get that across.
So how do we get it?
Me.
I know, but.
Oh, you could just shoot me an email or text me.
Mhm.
And if you want, let me throw this out there. You can send it out, Stacey, if you want. 470, this is my personal cell. I hate having two phones. 470-554-0539. And if you need something on the weekends or in the evening, just text me. If you're having a hard time getting on that schedule and you have a 5-day due diligence, text me and I'll text you.
Can I put that in the chat box for our Zoomers at home?
Yeah, people do it all the time. I don't care. And this is my job and I get it. Like yes, I'm off on the weekends, but I'm never off. I'm a mom and a wife. This is something else that we have, and I do have PDF of this, but I have a bunch out there for you, and I believe I sent you a PDF, so you can send it out too. This is a measurement sheet. This is a great tool. When your buyers are out there and they're looking at 5, and now maybe just 5 homes, 4 to 5, because whatever's there. It's hard to keep track of them. It's hard to remember. In my own house, the sellers were not very fun to deal with. They were not, and we were like, the closing table was very tense, but they wouldn't let me back in to measure for the refrigerator. So my family had to go like 3 days out of, you know, a Yeti cooler on the floor. But this is a great way to keep track of things and measure things. You can write little notes on it. It's a great tool for you guys. Anything we can do to be a true partner, we're going to do. $25 off coupon. We don't really need this paper. You just call, mention it. They'll take it off. You have any problems with that? I got you. So everybody will get one of these and I will send you an email with some of these tools and you're always, you know, I'm here for you. Anything I can possibly do to help you, I'm going to do, even if I have to get mouthy.
Can you repeat that phone number again?
Yeah, 470-554-0539. And I'm Karen with a C, the nice Karen. We're calling Mrs. Denny.
And so pricing on a pre-inspection or pre-sale?
Pre-listing inspection is the same as any other inspection. It's based on the square footage. There's different things that come into that. But I know that condos start at $250, $260. Single family homes, we're going at like $315 and up, depending on add-ons like mold, radon, and things like that. Anybody else have any questions? Let's do the Bahamas raffle. Well, I'll tell you what, you can buy a sandwich in the Bahamas. That's what I'll make happen. Did everybody get their cards in here?
Good one.
What's the winner get?
You got my personal cell phone number.
Thank you, Karen.
All right, you pick. So it doesn't look like
I
I'm.
thought maybe,
Who wants to go to the Bahamas?
another egg sandwich.
All right, Kevin, Probst. Okay, Subway.
Oh, okay.
Jared. Well, don't follow Jared. But I'm always here for you guys. I appreciate you having me today.
Thank you, Karen.
And give me a call if there's anything you need. Here you go, Alfie. I'll give you all that. Here you go.
Next up, we have Eric Nystrom from Next Door Photo.
He's
Eric,
on Zoom.
you are on Zoom.
I am here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me. Sorry I couldn't make it in person. Yeah, I wanted to say it's great to be back with you all this morning. Thank you for your continued support and partnership. It's been great to get to know more and more agents in your office. And yeah, just hearing all these stories of how fast things are moving. It just kind of feels like we're on this wild ride together. So wanted to share a couple of things, a couple of ways that we can help. Because I get a lot of calls from agents asking for advice, how to market their listing the best way possible professionally with professional photos and media. And I'm really seeing two philosophies emerge, I guess, in terms of marketing for listings. So we can call it agent number one and agent number two. First agent comes to me and says, hey, Eric, inventory is so low, things are moving so fast. I don't feel like I really need to get professional photos for my listing, because I'm gonna put it up there, I'm gonna throw it out there, and it's gonna be under contract in minutes, and it's all gonna be fine, and we're gonna move on. So that's one sort of thing I'm seeing in the market. Another thing is the agents that are coming to me and saying, Eric, inventory is so low, things are moving so fast, but I did land this listing and I want to make the most of it. And I want to use this as an opportunity while I have it to build a great marketing package that I can use as a springboard to then market for my next listing. So there are two very different philosophies to think about in terms of how you go about marketing your listings. Are you kind of cutting corners, so to speak, save a little bit of money, or are you using this and looking at it as a way to really build your brand and have a great portfolio to move forward as we come out of this market, and even as things are so competitive, to just really have a great marketing package to then move on to your next listing. So those are just a couple of things that I'm seeing, and wanted to just kind of challenge you in that way to just look at your marketing and how you're going about marketing your properties as a way that can really boost your portfolio and build your brand, rather than just as a necessary thing that you need photos, so let's get them and get them up as fast as possible. So and with things moving so fast as we get into summer, even more so, just a couple things. You really need a photography partner that's going to be able to keep up with you. So with homes going off the market so fast, worst case scenario, you get into a situation where your photographer is not available to come out for 3, 4, or 5 days because they're booked solid. So don't waste time and money waiting for photos to publish your listings. We photograph your listing within 1 day, guaranteed, so you can be free to list more. So everything is next day turnaround. We even book same day appointments, and we have a same day delivery option as well. So when things get moving quickly, we would love to be there to help and support you. And that's all I had for you. Does anyone have any questions? And I can drop my info in the chat as well.
Any questions?
1 day turnarounds, absolutely amazing.
I'll give Eric a plug. We've been using them. They've been very responsive, good pictures, and Bill here, Eric Haas.
Hey, Bill.
And we find them to be a great partner for us.
Awesome. Thank you. Any other questions for
Thanks,
Eric?
Bill.
I think that turnaround time is in the current market is amazing. It's crucial, absolutely. Thank you very much, Eric. Have a good day.
Thanks, everyone.
Renee, good morning. Renee Dillon Gannick.
Good morning. In a dress again.
I know, it's into the month,
Dress up,
party
dress.
party dress, yeah, exactly, party dress for another. I'm gonna
You
talk
Renee,
really loud.
Just so you know, the camera is there. You don't have to look up at that, but you can
Okay.
step forward. There you go. Perfect.
I will get
Beautiful.
this. We'll get back.
We're gonna put tape on the floor.
I need an X.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah.
Renee is a redhead.
I'm gonna talk.
Go this way. You got the.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna
Brilliant.
talk loud and stand in the right place today. Hi, everybody. I'm Renee Dillon with Gannick PC. I'm one of the owners of the firm, and I manage our Ashford Dunwoody office. So today I'm gonna talk a couple of things about, it is end of the month, so I'm gonna talk about some money items. So wire fraud. The fraudsters get really active around the holidays and at the end of the month. We have a really full schedule this week. I'm sure everybody does around town. So if you have buyers closing, make sure to tell them, just reiterate
they should have seen it at least 12 times in the contract now that it's there everywhere, but reiterate to them, do not accept wire instructions over email. If you have any questions, call the law firm directly before sending your wires. You know, they're still active. I've heard from 2 or 3 firms just within the last couple of weeks, lost $40,000, a buyer lost $40,000, one lost 15. They're still out there, really active. And like I said, they really crank it up around the holidays and at the end of the month because it's a busy time. People are busy, going out of town, doing a lot of things. Just keep an eye out for your buyers and might remind them again not to accept wire instructions over email.
So how are you sending them out?
We send them out only through our safe portal. So you guys should never get wire instructions. We send it directly to the buyers. They get a link in their email. They have to go into our portal. They get them. They also call our office all the time and ask. But you guys should never get wire instructions. You should never pass on wire instructions from us or from any other firm. And I think almost all the firms now have some sort of, we used to use SafeWire. I think we use Certified now. Most firms use one or the other. So all the buyers should be getting them from the portals, not from the email. Another quick item about money. We're talking all the time about, short closings, quick turnaround time. Bill ran into this last week. Thankfully, it was not an issue. If you have a buyer that's closing really quickly, 14-day close, even a 21-day close, make sure their earnest money is getting in and getting deposited. And they may want, if it's a really tight turnaround, 14 days, don't have them write a personal check. We hold a lot of money in that case where they wire the money directly to us. Because remember, good funds, a personal check is not cleared until 10 business days. And that's whether it's being held by KW or being held by the law firm. So if you have a 14-day close, somebody brings in earnest money, a few days after you go under contract, it's not going to have cleared our bank by the time we're closing. And we'll have to take the earnest money off of the settlement statement. Same thing, if you're closing here, just use a wire. Certified checks are 5 days, so they're a little bit better. 5 business days to clear our accounts rather than the 10. So just keep that in mind with quick close dates. Also, lenders always need to verify that the money has come out of their accounts, the buyer's accounts, to count that earnest money to make sure it's on the settlement statement. Yes, John.
I'm noticing with a lot of cash buyers that the agents are having the attorneys hold the earnest money so that they have everything all at one time.
Yeah, we're holding a lot of earnest money on cash, and most of the time it's because of the quick close or and this is with a lot of contracts now. We're seeing more and more earnest money being put down, more so than somebody would maybe usually put down, considering the sales price. And the higher the amount of earnest money goes, obviously it probably needs to be in the form of a wire anyways, and most people feel more comfortable having the attorney holding it in their escrow account because it's the end place where it's all going to end up anyways. So again, you can do an ACH. Your buyers can do an ACH for their earnest money into our account, but keep in mind ACH is just like a check, so it's still, somebody in accounting can back me up on that. ACH is like, it's like a check, so it's still 10 business days if they're ACHing either through earnest here or off of our website. So lots of fun money things to keep in mind.
Yeah, so on ours, we had, we wrote a personal check and it didn't clear on time because it was a quick close. And we didn't plan it this way, but fortunately the buyer wired in for the closing monies requirement enough to cover the $5K earnest money. So we had the cash on hand and you just returned the checks.
Yeah, I think we just ripped them up and tossed them. But yeah, so quick turnaround time, just keep that in mind for earnest money.
About the wiring instructions, don't accept wiring instructions from the lender either.
Yeah.
We've stopped. We used to send out your wiring instructions. We're not sending it out anymore for any firm because we get just as much phishing and scam stuff, and we don't do it anymore.
So no emailed wire instructions, and call to confirm if you have any questions. All right, thank y'all. Happy end of the month. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Busy.
Thank y'all. Okay.
Thank you, Renee. Terry's Coaching Corner. Coach Terry, come talk to us. Share your wisdom.
Oh, goodness, my wisdom. Share wisdom. I don't know that I have it. A lot of you that are in coaching with me, you know I'm always talking about LinkedIn. Are you working in LinkedIn? Are you using that social platform to build business? And a lot of people don't really understand how to use LinkedIn. And one of our Market Center rock stars, Katie Melcher, which is here with us today via Zoom, she is a rock star on LinkedIn. She really knows how to use it. And I have asked Katie if she would teach a class this month on how to use LinkedIn. She has agreed to teach a class. So as soon as we have those dates put together, we'll get a flyer out and get it advertised for you guys. But I'm going to let Katie speak to you all just for a couple of minutes and kind of explain how successful she has been with LinkedIn. Katie, you there?
I'm here.
Thank you so much for being here today and sharing your information with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for asking me to. I, by no means, consider myself an expert at LinkedIn. I'm just using it to grow my database and grow my business. So I've put together what I think of as a pull and push campaign. I am definitely pushing by reaching out to all these people I know through LinkedIn and getting their contact information, and then I can reach out to them in a more normal way with text and email and phone calls and such. And on the opposite side, on the pull side, I'm using it to leverage myself and think of myself more as a professional, because I think all of my social media that I was doing last year and the year before was just Facebook and a little bit of Instagram, and I'm really trying to lean into LinkedIn, and I'm seeing that it is definitely proving results. I just had my first closing this week from someone I reached out to on LinkedIn who I already knew. So I think what I'd like to share as far as like who this class would be for, well, first of all, anybody who wants to get a tidbit on LinkedIn, I guess, but definitely if you had a career before real estate, then that's because that was me. So that's definitely what I can share more of is if you had a career before real estate, this is how I'm doing it, reaching out to all of those people I knew before I was doing real estate.
Hey, so with LinkedIn, how many people do you have as connections in LinkedIn?
I think I have over 5,000. What's really interesting, and this is what kind of got me a little interested, is LinkedIn. You can see when you do a post on LinkedIn how many people have interacted with it, the same you can with Facebook. And with Facebook, a few years ago, I started taking people off who I wasn't actually friends with because I kind of wanted to make my private life more private. Probably not good in retrospect now that I'm in real estate, but that was before I was in real estate. With LinkedIn, I always had a thought of, let me spread this as far as I can. So anyone who I knew or even had a meeting with, I would connect to on LinkedIn. So most of my LinkedIn people are people who I do actually know. I did an end of the year 2020 post on LinkedIn, and over 1,000 people interacted with it. I was like, oh my God, I'm not using this at all. Like I had no idea people even were paying attention to me on LinkedIn. So that made me start posting more things on there and really lean into LinkedIn.
What are some of the things that you post on LinkedIn?
I try to post once a week. So I don't post all the time. I'm not a social media posting all the time person. But I am trying to post once a week on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. And it may be the same thing, but a different type of message, knowing that my audience is more professional there for career kind of purposes. So for example, one of the posts I had, I went to go see a house and I posted some pictures from the house. It was like, hey, if anybody's interested in Lake Lanier, let me know. I post, when I have closings, I post. When I go under contract, I post. But it's more like informative and about my business versus Facebook. That same post where I had the cool pictures of the house, on Facebook, I was like, this was so cool. I loved this room. So it was just kind of using the same pictures of going to see properties, but spinning it a different way. So with like LinkedIn, I may talk about how I worked with somebody, and on Facebook, I talk about how I'm friends with somebody. Because I'm not friends with all the people I'm connected to on LinkedIn. I've just met them in a meeting or know someone who knows them. So we're not friends, but there's a professional connection there. And I keep that in mind, that there's like a difference between your friendships and the people that you've associated with at a work event or something.
So can you explain, just give us an idea of what you mean by push and pull? I'm sure you're going to go more into the push and pull and your technique and everything that you're doing for your success in LinkedIn in the class, but can you just give us a snippet of that?
Yeah, when you think of yourself as a brand, brands think of push and pull campaigns, and push being you're pushing yourself onto someone, you're pushing your brand out there. So when I think of sending messages to people on LinkedIn, like private messages, I think of myself as pushing. I am pushing me onto you. You may not want me to send you that message, but I pushed it to you. Pull is my post. So when I'm posting weekly, I really try to post weekly. When I post weekly, then that is, I'm doing something interesting and it's attracted you and it's pulled your attention to me. And then I try to kind of connect those together. So then if you've commented on something that I've posted, or if you've liked it, I'm going to push and send you a private message again and say, hey, it's so good to see you, or connect, or whatever. I saw that you liked this. Are you interested? And I start kind of going back to that push thing again.
So one of the comments that I get a lot when I'm talking about trying to build your LinkedIn platform or build your connection on LinkedIn, because we know that you've got to be over 500 connections to really be able to do that push successfully, right? So do you get a lot of people that are trying to get your business with marketing, other loan officers, inspectors, painters, I can sell you leads, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely people who reach out to me for that, and I don't accept them. Like I won't necessarily accept them as a connection unless I kind of know what's going on. You also are going to have people reaching out to you who don't have a job right now and they're trying to find a job. So I am extra kind to those people. I understand what that's like. So I always accept all of those people. So you don't have to accept everyone who sends you a request or even sends you a message. It's your time, it's valuable. So I really try to focus who I'm accepting to people who are going to grow my business or who I can help. And then I think of it when I am reaching out. So when we think of like the Ford method and like, family, occupation, recreation, dreams, I really think of LinkedIn. My first question is, how's work for you? Because it's about work, so I lean in that way. And if anyone tells me that, they're looking, then I immediately go into the care mode of like, what kind of job are you looking for? And kind of go down that path of, I do care to help them find a connection. And I'm talking to people all the time. So who knows who I know who might be a good connection to help them get a job. So I do try to come to it from a place of contribution as well.
Great, thank you. So not only are you trying to get business, but you're also helping others too as well. Yeah, okay, all right. So would y'all like to have a class on LinkedIn? Yes, Bill.
I've got a question. Paid?
Yeah.
You have the paid subscription. It's not inexpensive, but it seems like it's an investment that pays dividends for you. It's got a good return. Do you do the free or the paid version?
I do free. I have thought about doing the paid again. I used to do it years ago when I was looking for a job, and I wanted recruiters to talk to me, but I just do the free right now. So that's another way. It is interesting because, curiosity I'm always curious, and you get to see how many people are looking at you or finding you on LinkedIn, and you can only see a few names unless you do the paid subscription. And then you could see everyone who's seen you. And so then it would lean into you being able to reach out to all those people who just looked you up on LinkedIn, you know, so that would be a great thing. But right now I've just done free.
Interesting.
So everybody's in agreement, everybody would like a class on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
All right, Katie, so we'll get that taken care of. Thank you again so much.
Yeah, sure.
One last thing, I just wanted to congratulate Tracy Powell on her first listing.
Don't go away.
Okay, don't go away.
So I love it. Katie, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing. Oh, and a while ago, an agent asked me, so I'm generating my leads on the golf course. Is that right or wrong? And my answer is, there is no right or wrong when it comes to lead generation. The question, or the right and wrong, is as follows. Are the amount of leads that you generate, and wherever you generate them from, enough to meet the goals of your business? That's the question. So this is just another tool in your toolbox. If that works for you and that becomes your one thing, go all in. If you generate a heck of amount of leads on the golf course, go all in. It all depends, and that's the key question, are the amount of leads that you receive, that you generate on a weekly, monthly basis, enough to meet the closing goal and the conversion ratios and the appointments, etc., of the goals that you've set for yourself? That is the question. Do you agree?
Absolutely, I agree. And what is the second most important thing to do with those leads you receive?
Follow up.
Follow up.
Follow up.
I would argue, put them in command.
Okay, there goes number 3.
That's number 3.
There goes number 3. Because if we put them in command, what happens? We are cultivating the relationship of the new lead, and then we maintain the relationship, and then I'd like to say, then we own that relationship. We have to keep in mind that our model is prospecting-based, marketing enhanced. Agents entering the business think it's all about marketing. And I am confronted with this in recruiting interviews, and then my question is, if there are 20,000 plus agents in Metro Atlanta and they do marketing, they all do marketing, what is going to differentiate you from 20,000 plus other agents? Definitely not only marketing, it's owning the relationship. So I love what you just said. You would argue number 3, I will argue with you.
Well, absolutely. So you know what, talking about marketing and prospecting, there's a lot of people that don't understand what the difference between marketing and prospecting is.
Tell us.
So marketing is when you're sending stuff out to the masses, when you're using Instagram, when you're using Facebook, when you're sending out postcards, when you're putting advertisement. That marketing is trying to get people to come to you. What is prospecting?
Picking up the phone.
Picking up that phone and calling people. You know, you can do a whole campaign. Let's say you send a postcard to a farm. Okay, so 2 weeks later after you send that postcard, what should you do to that farm? Pick up the phone and call every single person that you've sent a postcard to, right? So like Marco's saying, it's about what are you doing with the leads that you receive. If you receive a lead and it just sits there for a couple of weeks, what do you think is going to happen? You haven't built that relationship with that person. And that's what real estate is all about. All the technology and everything, they've been saying it since I've been in business that we were going to go away. Well, we're not going away. We're still here. And it's still a relationship business. And you can't have a relationship with people unless you work it, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
So it's not about selling real estate. It is about
relationships
and following a schedule.
Yes.
There we go. Thank you very much. Stacey, you've gone through a lot of effort to put this together for us, and that's the KW Effect, Tuesday on the 15th from 10 to 12. You're at Keller Williams Atlanta Perimeter. Tell us more about it, please.
Okay. I thought we were going to. Okay.
They all got moved around.
I see that. Okay, folks, profit share. Do you two enjoy what you make on profit share every month? Is it funding a big life?
Ellie, go to the next slide.
Is it funding a big life?
Go to the next slide.
Next one.
Go to the next one. This one.
There we go.
Here we go. So, if you want to know, so see whose names are down there in the green. Those are the big earners. And it's not just that they've been in the business the longest. It's being intentional and inviting, if you like being at Keller Williams, I sure do, inviting people to Keller Williams, preferably our market center, it doesn't have to be. Aaron Kaufman is the man in terms of, all he does is build his downline. He has an amazing Facebook page, he's got a whole system.
He used to be an agent.
Correct, and he still has his license at the Peachtree Road office.
Right.
So
But
he
he
is an agent, he's not buying and selling property. So I've heard him in person, several other people around here. He really helps you see the benefit for your retirement and, you know, of being intentional, carving out a little bit of time every week to intentionally reach out to people, to join you at KW, and oh my goodness, he's killing it. It's just big, big, big. So, with Roshanda's encouragement, we reached out to Aaron, and he is gonna come in 2 weeks, June 15th. So what we're gonna do, because he has a whole program, we're gonna take the team meeting time all the way, he'll do a 2-hour class. So it'll take the place of team meeting. And that also happens to be the day that we do our monthly ALC meeting. So we're gonna have a little special get together with Aaron for ALC, just for you, Bill, just for you, after the 2-hour class. So June 15th, easy date to remember. Aaron is gonna be here, he's gonna be teaching, yes, we'll do it by Zoom, but he will be right here, and it could change your life, I am telling you. And if Rose on the call, I know she's going like this, so. That's it?
So do you agree that, this got stuck in my mind when I heard Mo Anderson said it for the first time. Profit share is an equal opportunity with an unequal reward.
Correct.
But it is an equal opportunity out there for everyone. Play us that clip about profit share if you would, Ellie. There we go.
Unmute the video. Yeah, sorry.
When deals close, agents who haven't capped pay company dollar to the market center. The market center uses that money to pay its bills. What's left over is profit. Every real estate business is in business for profit, and usually the owners keep all of that profit. This practice makes sense. Owners invest in businesses with the hope of seeing a return. At Keller Williams Realty, we do things a little differently. We believe in growing the business together. So we split the profit between the owners who took the risk and the associates who have helped grow the market center. Roughly 52% goes to the owners who took the risk, and roughly 48% goes to the associates who helped grow the market center. So, how is it dispersed? We figure out what percentage of the market center's profit is a result of that associate, and we take that percentage of the profit share pool and disperse it through the branches of that associate's profit share tree on a monthly basis. The associate sponsor gets half, the associate sponsor's sponsor gets 10%, and so on until all of it is dispersed through 7 levels of sponsorship. At Keller Williams Realty, we believe the profit will grow exponentially when everybody has the opportunity to share in it. We believe in finding the win-win and in doing the right thing, because together, everyone will achieve more.
I told Althea when I first met her that a very, very, very special person at Keller Williams named Althea was near the very top of profit share owners. And her name is Althea Osborne. I looked her up. And she was with Gary Keller right from the beginning. And I believe she was instrumental in opening up the South African market. Anyway, so Althea Davis has a great future ahead of her because of her namesake, Althea Osborne. So next, we have a newly No more 3-hour classes with dated material. The new one will be a class for an hour and 15 minutes, and then 45 minutes of hands-on doing what you just learned about. So total of 2 hours. We're starting, Rachel very nicely put the whole schedule, basically meeting 4 days a week. We're trying to skip Fridays, except for 4th of July week. And 10 to 12, except Tuesdays when we have team meeting. It's $60 if you need to take it for post-license, or CE credit. And the Eventbrite, well, I emailed everybody I thought would be interested, the Eventbrite link. Got that?
Last night.
Woo!
Hey, Stacy, can you please tell me the difference in what is getting Ignite for CE credit versus what is getting Ignite for post-license credit?
Yes, I can. When you first get your license, you must take a 25-hour post-license course that first year. So that's your first thing to do. If you have already satisfied that, and it has been a year since you got your post-license credit, you can take Ignite and get 24 hours of CE credit. Well, there's still a lot of other people that can benefit from Ignite and the practical stuff we're going to be doing. And you don't need, you can't get credit. Still take it. I took Ignite twice when I first became an agent. And how many times are we supposed to take it?
I've heard 14 times.
So, like, you do not master it with the first or second go round. So you can, to get the materials, a mere $25. If you want to just come and take it, we'll be recording it, but we will not be Zooming. So this is an in-person deal. You're gonna have fun. Lots of demand.
And it is Ignite 2.0, so if you've taken Ignite before, this is going to be different. It's going to include a lot of practicals with command. So I know kind of the usual opinion of Ignite is it's only for new agents, but it being Ignite 2.0 in the integration of all the command stuff, it could be great for everyone. So I definitely recommend taking it. We will email out the Eventbrite again.
Thank you. Right, May 27th.
That's this Thursday.
Between 11:30 and 12:30, Rockstar open houses with Keller Williams University certified coach Rob Daniel. Rockstar open houses. Attend. If you want to know more, if you want to expand your knowledge, if you want open houses to be your one thing, be here and attend that. This coming Tuesday, 11:30 to 12:30. Stacey, as we just said, the bottom line between all of this and the 6 PPs that we presented last week as well, it's finding the shortest route continuously, the shortest route between point A and point B, and working smarter, not working harder. And you won't be able to achieve that without staying in a learning-based state of mind all the time, being open to learning. And we have the biggest, broadest, effective, efficient, call it whatever you want, curriculum, in my point of view, in the real estate industry on this planet, without a doubt. So stay in a learning-based state of mind, work smarter, don't work harder. Next up, what have you got? You have to share that listing again. That's coming up.
Palisades, Alpharetta, 750 cluster home. And then hopefully the one I've been talking about in Dunwoody Club Forest here in the next week, we're doing prep work on that. Kingsley Elementary, Dunwoody Club Forest in the high 7s.
Thank you very much, Bill. Kevin?
What RJ didn't tell about when she did her story earlier is the fact that she announced this listing at this meeting last Tuesday or Monday. Tuesday.
Correct.
And I heard her, went over there to talk to her and run her contract. Same thing happened last year with Cynthia Pierce announced one. I went over and talked to her. That one, we never even went to FMLS. So listen to people, they've got good stuff here. I got Sandy Springs, near Spalding Elementary coming on for $575. 4-car detached garage, whole basketball pad upstairs, up to the upper tier of the property. I got Duluth, 350 ranch with a finished basement, and Woodstock, 3.2, 250.
That's a lot. Thanks for sharing, Kevin. RJ?
We have a 3-2 split in Marietta, which is gonna be in the 300s. We have formalized that, but it'll be on next week. We also have a coming soon in East Cobb, closer down off of Johnson's Ferry and Little Willio. It's a master on the main with a basement. It'll be put in coming soon status Friday or early next week. It'll be priced at $560. It's going through an estate sale, so it won't be on the market till the end of June, or middle of June.
Thank you for sharing. Who else, folks?
Marco.
Azumas? What have you got?
Marco, I have a listing coming in Dunwoody at Dunwoody High School off of Dunwoody Club, 555 Bend Creek. Be listed at $625, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, finished basement.
Thank you very much, Eddie. Who else, folks? Azumas, what have you got?
This is Katie. I've got a few coming. So I've got one in Buford that's going to come in about a month. It'll be listed at $359, and it's a 4, 2.5. It's only like 3 years old. It's a great property. And then we've got one that's coming in Sugar Hill. It'll be $275. It should be listed in 2 weeks. And then we've got one coming in Lilburn that is master on the main, $300,000, 3-bed, 2-bath, and a full unfinished basement and fenced backyard. And that one's going to be coming in a few weeks also.
Thank you, Katie. Anybody else? Zumas? Good. Then that's it. That concludes this week's meeting. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you for connecting. And we'll see you guys next week again. Have a blessed Memorial weekend, weekday. Enjoy.